So we are celebrating by posting reviews of all of these Star Wars movies except for Solo and Clone Wars, which I haven't actually written reviews of for yet. But look for all the rest of them on the DisneyParkBench.com.
Jeez, that's an ambitious project. Good luck. Look forward to reading them. Well, we have a show for you tonight. I'm gonna just keep going. We have not a news show for you tonight because we were looking over the news and there isn't much, unless you're interested in hearing our varied political opinions on Nintendo's workforce in North America and union rights, which, I don't know, that could be an interesting podcast, but we kind of like to keep it light and positive here. So we're going to play a game instead and just kind of let the serious people talk about the serious stuff, and we'll talk about video games. So we're going to play a game that I enjoy, mostly because I don't have to do any setup on my computer. It's called Bad Game Descriptions. Gentlemen, you both know how this goes, but for those of you listening at home who maybe have never been here before for a game or haven't remembered this one because we haven't played it in like a year and a half, Bad Game Descriptions is where I go on the Nintendo eShop on my Nintendo Switch. I have wish-listed a bunch of games that have hilariously bad game descriptions on the eShop. These guys get to listen to the description, either in part or in its entirety, based on how horribly long the description is, and then they have to tell me how much they think the game is worth. Closest to the pin gets it. Yes, they can go over, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most points gets to verbally ridicule the other one for no more than 5 months. So, gentlemen, like I said, I have a collection of games here. Now, I don't know quite how long this game is going to go. I know we have a change the system to do afterwards, so we'll play a few. I have a couple I really want to get to, and we'll kind of play it by ear. You know, if we're running along, just tell me maybe it should be the last one because I can get carried away with this. But are you both ready to play? Are you both ready to subject yourself to some bad game descriptions read by yours truly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hit it.
All right, let's hit it. God, which one should I pick first? I have all of these favorited, and they're all just so good. Let's start with this one here. Let's start with this one. Okay. Game number 1. Why we shouldn't feed our animals own food at the zoo. They are on strict controlled diet. Some kind of food can be dangerous for them. They can get overweight really fast. And ... their teeth can be damaged. So here we are to help these cute beings fix their smiles, learn how to perform teeth fillings, cleaning, tooth extraction, and everything else what makes our smiles shine. Zoo Dentist will teach kids not only to treat their pets with love and care, but also to protect their own teeth. Do not forget to clean them after each meal because going to the dentist is not the most pleasant experience. Gentlemen, how much do you think this game sells for when it's not on sale? Spoiler, it's on sale right now. Almost all of these games are on sale right now for obvious reasons.
Well, that's where you find the
developers thought this game was worth.
That's where you find the good bad game descriptions. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously. Eugene, I'm going to give you first crack at this, and we will take it from there.
We're going with the retail price, right? That's what we're trying to find out.
Retail price, yes.
I'm going to go with $5. It can't be more than a $5 game.
$5. All right. Justin, what do you think? Is it higher than that? Lower than that? What do you want to go with?
I don't know why, but my brain is shouting $7.99 at me, so we're going to go with that.
$7.99 to be a Zoo Dentist. Guys, the game Zoo Dentist actually retails on the eShop for $9.99, giving Justin the first point of the night. Congratulations, Justin. The sale price is $1,
Bob.
So
I knew it was going to be. If
you want to get this game for 80% off right now, you can get Zoo Dentist for $1.99. This beautiful game could be yours for $1.99. Now, I do have to say something before we go too much farther into this. Not every game that we've read here is going to necessarily be bad. I like to preface our game with this. The descriptions are terrible. It doesn't mean the game is necessarily bad. I suspect this one
Although in this
not be that
particular
much fun.
case, I think it's a safe bet that it is.
Probably a safe bet. But now it's could be a good time. I'm going to write here that Justin has 1 point, so I don't forget, because I will forget. And we are
I
going
did
to
not
move
pull
on.
out my scorekeeper, so you do that.
I'll be scorekeeper. It's all good. I would ask the Ghost of Steve to do that, but I'm pretty sure he's driving right now.
Well.
All right. Game number 2. Justin, you're going to be going first this
That's
time.
how you become a ghost.
Buckle up. I've visited a mountain cottage as my friend recommended. While going for a little walk, I unexpectedly fell over the cliff. ... Exclamation point, exclamation point. The second escape from T Japanese escape series, exclamation point, exclamation point. This game is an escape the room game. Mystery, that's spelled Mythtery, mystery adventure game. Point the screen with a cursor to solve riddles, and this game goes on. Story. My friend insisted that as a cat lover, I should visit a mountain cottage at least once, and I decided to go there. According to him, there's a viewing platform where many stray cats gather, walking down the road following a guide map all the way, but something seems wrong. It's getting dark and cold. It says the weather on mountains is easy to fluctuate, so should I get back for now? On the way back, I stumbled over something and fell over the cliff, being smeared with snow. There was definitely no cliff, even no snow on that way. But how come? Then my head hit something and I passed out. Gentlemen, how much does this game sell for on the shop? Justin?
I mean, they obviously had to pay extra money for the proofreading.
Sure.
To be fair, this is a Japanese-made game that clearly did not have an English localization team. So you do what you can with what you've got. I couldn't make a game in Japanese, so I'm not judging.
Well, I always got to go with what my brain is shouting at me. My brain is shouting $14.99, so that's what I'm going to go with.
$14.99. All right, going hard. Eugene, what do you think? Is this game worth more or less than $14.99?
Could you refresh me on the rules here? Are Price is Right rules in play where if I go $1, I'm gonna just win this? Because I'm pretty sure it's in the range of like $10 to $5, somewhere there.
You can bet $1. That's totally fair. It is closest to the pin. We are not doing without going over. So if what did Justin say? It was $14.99. If it's $13.99, you bet $1.
Basically.
See, at that point, then I'm gonna go $10, Lucas.
You're gonna go $10. All right. Well, gentlemen, I regret to inform you that Japanese Neko-sama Escape, The Mountain, I can't read the rest of it because it's cut off because the title is so long, sells normally for $9.99 again. Eugene, you pretty much nailed it, buddy. Congratulations. This game is also on sale, but only 50% off. But I'm considering actually getting this game. I'll be honest with you, because one of the screenshots has a cat holding a back scratcher with a cat head on it, and it seems like something that I want to be a part of.
Seems so Lucas.
Yeah, that was the one that, like, out of all of these games, I looked at it and I said, I could probably do a Let's Play of this one and get 5 views on my channel. So, that's probably going to end up.
You would absolutely get views on your channel for that game.
I would absolutely get 5 views on my channel for that game. All right. In keeping with the theme of awkward Japanese games, let's just keep going because they're a gold mine. I'm sorry. There's just so much good content there, guys. You are tied. Let's keep it up.
All right.
Tells the hero spends a wonderful year with 10 girls.
Oh, no.
This game is a game of lovely Juliet. The main plot is played by real people. Voice actor part is assumed by famous CV Asami Imai and Naomi Wakabashi. I'm sorry if that gave away too much information, gentlemen. I know you do follow the Japanese voice acting very, very closely. In the game, the player in the first view encounters with multiple heroines. This is a brand new love story. The main line has multiple story choices and endings. In addition, there are some personal stories about other branch line girls. We can arrange our schedule in the game, such as inviting the heroine to have a date, encountering other girls on the street, work, or study. You can also customize the appearance of a girl, unlock the portrait photos, event videos, and the personal information of the girls. More game contents wait for you to find out. And then in traditional horrible Japanese dating fashion. They have all of the girls' stats, both of the voice actors. They have both of like the characters' stats, including their date of birth, their height, their weight, and their measurements. So
Do
if
they
you
have
want to
blood
know
type?
And of
like
course
their
their blood
bust
type.
size,
They have to have blood
they
type.
do not have blood type.
I
believe it
am
or not.
shocked.
I'm
Really?
not going to read all of
Then
that.
it is not a real Japanese
Yeah,
game.
I know. That's really weird because that's very important to them. But despite that, Infendo Radio honors cultural differences and appreciates everyone, by the way. In spite of that, I am going to read both of the girls' descriptions because they're pretty great. So the main girl of the story, Natsumi Miyamizu. Introduction. A pride young girl. I graduated from art department, a cartoonist, enthusiastic, confident, beautiful, and kind. My appearance may seem to be strong, but I fear darkness and solitude. Don't worry, Natsume. I too fear darkness and solitude. The other girl, Miyu Hayashi. Introduction, a pure and lovely cat girl. When I was little, my mother raised me like a cat. I have little contact with the outside world. I like to play the role of a cat, and my personality is lovely and gentle. Gentlemen, I will not ask you to choose which of these two beautiful girls you will end up with at the end of this game. I will,
Obviously,
however,
the
ask
cat
you,
girl.
Eugene, how much you think this game is worth.
I forgot what we were doing actually. She's. I'm gonna go with $5. $4.99, Lucas. $4.99.
$4.99. Justin, what do you think? Is this game worth more
Well,
or less money than
I'm
that?
glad you did that, Eugene, because I'm going to steal your $10 bid. So
Oh, okay.
$4.99 and $10.
It's gonna be
I would pick
$15.
three $10 games in a row. I absolutely would, but I did not. Guys, this game goes for $20. It's the fact that they had to hire actual actresses, I think 10 of them, because they said there were 10 girls in this, and voice actresses to cover the girls, I guess, when they're not on screen. So obviously there's a budget here. But yes, Justin, well done. You really know your Japanese dating sims, man.
Oh yeah,
guys.
like I could name them all if you gave me a printed out list.
Is Hatsume Miku a dating sim? Because that's the one I know.
I'm sure somewhere out there you can date Hatsune.
I mean, it's
positive.
not a dating sim, so I guess y'all are gonna have to look that one up if you don't get the jokes.
I'm gonna jump right into it. Enjoy the Great Kitty Memory, the classic matching game. This memory game, or memo test, for kids is a memorama designed to play with the family.
The puns.
This memory match is also ideal
nonsense
for adults that want to exercise their brain and memory. On 3 types of difficulties, made of 60 levels, with cards spawning random, so you never play the same game, you'll enjoy hours and fun in family, and let your kids develop without efforts their memory.
Wait. I think I just had a
What,
stroke.
you need that sentence right again? On 3 types of difficulties made of 60 levels with cards spawning random so you never play the same game, you'll enjoy hours and fun in family and let your kids develop without efforts their memory.
I'm going to take your word for it.
I think whoever wrote this had not efforted their memory before. Justin, wait, is it Justin's turn? Yeah, it's Justin's turn. Justin, how much do you think this game that I almost just said the name of because I'm stupid is worth? Not that it would help, but how much do you think it's worth?
$3. I'll lowball this
All
one.
right. Eugene, what do you think? Higher, lower? What you want to say?
Man, I think I'm going to go lower, honestly. I'm going to go with $1.
$1. Well, Justin,
$1, Bob.
you would have basically hit it on the nose if we were going for the sale price, because this game is currently 25% off. But Kitty Memory by PixArts actually sells for $3.99. So once again, Justin walks away with the point, guys. Justin walks away with the point. Good work. Okay.
And I haven't gone over once yet if we were playing Price is Right rules. So, that's a plus.
I think what we're going to do is 2 more rounds of this, which gives Eugene just enough of a chance to catch up. And it gives me a chance to do one game that I kind of wanted to do. It's a little different. It's not really written poorly. It's more the way it brags that I dislike. So we're gonna do this one next, and then we'll finish strong with another hilariously bad game description. All right? But proud of you guys, doing good. Let me get into the right mood for this one. Hunted and alone, a boy finds himself drawn into the center of a dark project. This game is a dark, narrative-driven platformer, combining intense action with challenging puzzles. It has been critically acclaimed for its moody art style, ambient soundtrack, and unsettling atmosphere. Winner of more than 100 awards, including Artistic Achievement, BAFTA, Game Design, BAFTA, Narrative, BAFTA,
listen there.
Original Property,
There are
BAFTA,
awards here.
Best
Okay.
Independent Game, Game Critics Award 2016, Best Independent Game, The Game Awards 2016, Best Art Direction, The Game Awards 2016, Spite Award, DICE Awards 2016, Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction, DICE Awards 2016, Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction, DICE Awards 2016, Best Audio, Game Developers Choice Awards,
Skip a
Best
bit,
Visual
brother.
Art, Game Developers Choice Awards. That's all of them. Although, as you know, it has won more than 100 awards. Gentlemen,
As
for the
you
game
know.
that has a longer list of awards than it does description of the actual game you'll be playing, how
I
much
don't even
does
remember
this
what the
game sell
description
for?
was.
That's the
That's
point.
the point. Eugene, I believe this is your go. So what do you think
Yeah.
this heralded game is worth?
You definitely know that they think that they're worth more than they are. So I'm going to go with $20 here.
$20. Justin, what do you think? Higher, lower? What do you want to do?
It's tough. I'm
Decisions.
I'm going to go, since Eugene took my answer. I'm going to go with $19.99.
Oh, that hurt.
And hope that I wagered in the right direction.
Gentlemen, Inside by Play Dead.
Oh, that's actually a good game.
From the creators of Limbo, sells for $19.99.
I'm pretty pissed.
On the eShop.
Pretty
But-
pissed.
And this is legitimate. You can get this game on sale for $1.99 right now. So if you
Get it.
want this on Switch,
Get it.
get it on Switch.
I mean-
It's very cheap.
Get it. It's really good.
Limbo, like I have Limbo, and I've played bits and pieces of it, and what I've played of it is great. So I might pick this up to
Get it.
also never
$2,
play
it's
for
good.
the
Kind
future.
of why I wanted to preface that this doesn't really fit our usual theme of like trashy games with bad descriptions, but I just thought it was so braggadocious that I had to share. You know, and I had to throw it into the list. So, God, which one do I want to do for our last game? This is just for honor at this point because Justin has walked away with
honor.
this game. But yeah, for honor and glory. Let's go.
So if I lose, do I
with-
have to commit seppuku, or
That's how this works, actually, yes. Let's go with this one. Okay, and this is one of the first ones I picked. So, honestly, the description's not that good, but it does stand out as being the only game on my list that was not actually on sale. So, this game is a relaxing puzzle game where you can spend a lot of time. Assemble puzzles, piece by piece. This game have 3 difficulty levels, starting from 15 to 160 puzzle pieces. Game designed for everyone, from the smallest to the oldest players. 40 cozy puzzles.
Oh,
3
they're
types of
cozy.
difficulty. They're very cozy. 40 of them, actually. 3 types of difficulty. 15, 40, and 160 pieces. 3 categories. Animals, fairy tales, and adventures. As we all know, the 3 primary categories of puzzles. Touchscreen support, which is actually pretty cool. I like that one. And relaxing music. Let's start enjoying the Amazing Puzzle Collection. Gentlemen, how much does it cost for you to start enjoying the Amazing Puzzle Collection? Eugene, since this is yours to lose, I'm going to give you the choice in this final round. Do you want to guess first and have the ability to get it right on the nose, or do you want to let Justin guess first and have the ability to basically 50-50 your chances?
I think I'm gonna go first so I can put some pressure on Justin because I'm not gonna make a mistake and use a non-99 cents guess this time because I'm a loser.
That was your fatal flaw in the last round.
But I'm gonna go with this has got to be $1.90. It's either $1.99 or $2.99, and I think I'm gonna go with. Oh boy, I'm gonna go with $2.99.
$2.99. All right. You're assuming they got a little self-worth. Justin, How much self-worth do you think
Well-
these developers have?
Well, for the sake of easy math on your part, Lucas, I will also do the 99 trick, but I was leaning more towards 4.99.
$4.99. Justin, you're like a savant with these
Jeez.
games, man.
That's
Puzzle
ridiculous. Did you get it
Collection.
right on the
Puzzle-
nose?
Puzzle Collection is new on the
I don't wanna
eShop.
play
It's
this
not
game
on
anymore.
sale,
This is
and
ridiculous.
you can buy it for $4.99.
ridiculous. I don't even wanna play this.
Congratulations
Never
to
again.
both of you.
Now you know how I
Honestly,
feel when I
real
played
congratulations
Nintendoons
to
with him.
Justin.
Yeah,
Just
that was-
amazing.
That was just-
amazingly well done. Weird talent to have, but I respect the hell out of it. So, good work. All right, well, Justin, since you handily won bad game descriptions, I'm going to give you the impromptu honor of going first for Change the System. So, would you like to
All
tell us
right.
about all of the games you've been playing and how wonderful they are?
Sure. Not really anything new or exciting as usual. I don't think I've played Lego Star Wars in the past week, oddly enough. It's one of those games where I really only turn on when I know I have the time to play it. And lately, when I've had the time to play games, I've actually been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 or more recently, actually last night I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Let me tell you the story. My Grand Theft Auto 5 many purchases story. So
We gotta get you a new game, man. We
Well,
gotta
that
get
game
you
is on
something
like
when-
every console.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, when it first came out, like day one, I bought it on the Xbox 360 because traditionally Rockstar games had been better on the 360 that generation because those were the like what they call the lead platform. That's the console that they developed the game on, and then they ported it to the other.
Yeah.
So I bought it on the Xbox 360. Then found out that not only did it come on 2 discs, but you had to install it. And then after you installed it, it still did not run as well as the PS3 version.
One of the rare
So,
advantages of
remember-
PlayStation, right? Because it had the Blu-ray, the
Yeah.
PS3 anyway.
I remember when
Right.
we got Grand Theft Auto for my dad on the 360, it took us like all night to install it. We left it on overnight to install because it's like a 5-hour installation before you could actually play the game.
Yeah. So I decided I wasn't even gonna bother with that and took the game back to BJ's where I had bought it, and
BJ's?
said,
What's BJ's?
It's a local.
BJ's is
little
kind of like
thrift
a
market.
Costco or a Sam's Club where it's like a wholesale. You buy your stuff in bulk. Everything's at
We
a slight
used to
discount.
have a BJ's, but I think they went out of business down here. I don't know. It's one of those though. It's
Okay, go on.
We still have them up here, but anyway. So yeah, if anyone who doesn't know, BJ's Wholesale Club is basically like a Sam's Club or a Costco. I'm sure everybody has at least one of those in their area. So anyway, I took it back to BJ's and said, I didn't realize I had to install this on my system. I don't have enough hard drive space, which was a lie and a half, but they didn't have to know that. So I
you needed to
exchanged
get
it
it
for the PS3 version.
returned. Yeah, as one does.
So I got it on the PS3, and that's what I played it on over the course of like the next, I don't know, I want to say 3 or 4 years it took me to beat that game because, I slow burned the story and got distracted by all the extra stuff, just like I did with Red Dead Redemption 2 and every other Rockstar game.
Yeah.
Then I got an Xbox One a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And on one of their sales, no, it was when I joined
Game Pass.
Amazon
Oh,
Gaming.
just kidding.
The Prime Gaming. There was an offer for a free copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. So I want the cheesy poofs. So I got Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox One, and then realized that there was no way to pick up where I left off. I would have to replay the story mode, and I had
As one does.
very little interest in the online, so I barely played it. And I did some
It's crazy
research
to me.
and found out that
That's crazy to me because the online was like where I lived in that game. Like Dad and I thousands of hours in the online. Like the story was good,
And
but once you're done with the story
probably
in like
would
60 hours, it's like, okay, what do I do with this game now?
I probably would too, and I dabbled a little bit in Red Dead's online as well, but like I don't like other people, so why would I want to play games with them?
I get that.
So anyway, um, I realized that even though Rockstar Social Club keeps records of all of your progress in all of your games, I still couldn't transfer my progress from my PS3 version to the Xbox One version. But apparently, that was something you could do with the PS4 version. So, when I got a PS4, I bought it again on the PS4 when it went on sale for like $20 or something like that. Only to find out that feature was only offered for a couple of months, and then they couldn't do it anymore. So I had another version of Grand Theft Auto 5 that I couldn't pick up where I left off.
Playing the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So this week I got a hankering to play Grand Theft Auto 5. This was after I was playing Grand Theft Auto. This was after playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on my Switch for about an hour and thinking I would really love to, play the big good version of this. And so I turned it on the Xbox One and picked up the story where I left off, which was only like a couple of missions in, and decided I'm just gonna barrel right through the story, and leave all the side missions to do later, since I've already played through the story, and all the other stuff. It's not like there are any big surprises. Plus, when it takes you, like 3 years to beat a game, you tend to forget a lot of the key moments in it. So before I go back and replay Red Dead Redemption 2, like I said I was going to, I figure I'll just, when I have an hour or two to play games, I'll play some Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's what I did last night, and that's probably what I'll do tonight, unless I decide to play more Lego Star Wars, because it is, again, the Star Wars anniversary, and, gotta celebrate it somehow. But besides that, haven't been playing a whole lot of much of barely anything, because I just haven't had the time. So
Feel that.
That's pretty much it for me tonight.
All right. Well, Eugene, you want to share some escapades about all your gaming endeavors with us?
I'm kind of with Justin. I haven't played a whole lot, and when I have been playing, it's the game that I want to, play the most, which is Elden Ring. And nobody wants to hear me talk about Elden Ring right now, I'm sure.
How are you progressing? Are you close to the final boss? Have you decided to pull a Justin and not do the final boss for 5 years? Like, what's the game plan here? I'm curious.
There's like any game, they kind of like gatekeep the final boss until you do this quest and that quest. I'm like, I think, I haven't looked up a guide or anything like that, because I only look up a guide like when I get stuck, right? But I'm pretty sure I only have like one of the quest things to do before I can actually beat the final boss. But at this point, I am kind of Justining, and I'm just kind of roaming around the world and, just like doing other things. Honestly, I've found some stuff in like the starting area that I was like, what? When did this show up? And I had to look it up. I was like, has this been here the whole time? Could I have gotten here the whole time? And I guess I could have. So I'm just, kind of finding things that I've missed, completing, because I'm going to get all the achievements in this game. You bet your ass. So I'm just kind of like collecting all the little doodads that you have to do that. And I'm enjoying my time in Elden Ring. Thanks for asking, Lucas. Nice. It's fun.
I'm curious. I like to know how my buddy's doing in his favorite game of all time, to see how it goes every now and then.
This is we've talked a little bit personally, I guess, but like this is the I haven't felt this way about a game in a long time, basically since Dark Souls, honestly. So it's been
so.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so does this game, because you enjoyed Breath of the Wild, like you really got into that for a while. This game is like your Breath of the Wild. Like it's like that next step up on the plateau for you, where it's like real here, like right here in the jellies.
I did like Breath of the Wild a lot, but I would say even Dark Souls I enjoyed way more than I enjoyed Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls is on another level for me, you know. So like,
so having that kind of marriage is, I could see that.
It made it so that like. I get where you're coming from actually now with the open world aspect of it and everything like that, but it's not even that about this game.
Yeah, people compare this one a lot to Breath of the Wild, in terms of like this is the one that finally took down the king, that whole like logic train of like, this is our Xbox version of Breath, that kind of thing.
I kind of feel like for me, Breath of the Wild has a little bit better exploration than this game, but that's not even why I like this game. I like this game because it'll like literally kick my butt, and I actually enjoy that. I enjoy the pattern recognition. It's like, okay, I have to remember that this creature is perched along the wall, and then when I go past this invisible barrier, it's going to jump down and get me, type of thing. So I have to be ready.
You would be an amazing Monster Hunter, because I think Monster Hunter is so much easier than Dark Souls that you would just excel in a game. Like Monster Hunter would feel boring to you by comparison. I think. You would be amazing at Monster Hunter.
It's not to say that I'm like great at this game or anything. I like it a lot, but the reason why I like it a lot is because it can kick my butt, and I don't have to care because I'm not playing like online versus somebody. That's the one I don't like. I don't like having like like I'm just getting killed 100 times in Call of Duty type of thing. Like that's just not fun.
That feeling of, you put like 800 more hours into this game than I did, so I'm not going to be able to, I'm never going to come close to your level of, kind of like when you go on Smash Bros. And you play somebody who's just ridiculous. Like it's a whole nother level of like when we play Smash Bros. And we're just running around hitting people with things, and then they play Smash Bros. And it's like a freaking fighting game with combos, and it's like a whole different level of, I get that.
Yeah. So that's my Elden Ring escapades. I think I'm honestly probably still going to be a few months until I actually beat it, because the part that I'm stuck in right now is I'm stuck because it's hard. Like it's like this boss I'm not making any progress on it, so I'm just trying to like level up, grind, that type of thing. So but what also that I have been playing because of my Flipper Zero, funny you mentioned Breath of the Wild, I have been playing Breath of the Wild lately. Because
why the Flipper Zero?
Because I can put all my amiibos, even though I don't need them.
Amiibos, very cool.
But it's actually turned this game into something, almost a different game on Master Mode, because I don't have to worry at all about weapon durability, like literally at all about weapon durability, because I can, bust out this thing and then, scan the amiibo and then get whatever weapons that I want, basically. And then if I really want to get crazy with it, I can like clone the amiibo so that I can have like 5 Archer Links, because I'm trying to
throw
So cool. It's really fun. The thing that I'm doing though is just like kind of going through all my games that have amiibo support and amiiboing. I went back and played Mario Odyssey, funnily enough, and did a little amiiboing. That game didn't do a lot with amiibo though, I found out.
I was gonna say, that game had amiibos?
Yeah, you can remember it had like the Super Mario cereal thing that you can scan too. Like it had. There was like, honestly, I don't even remember what it does. I think you just get like items or something like that, but it's like not.
Like free coins or something.
I played it for like 10 minutes and I was like, oh, that's not really that fun. I'm gonna go on to something else. But I booted that one up. I booted up, what else did I do for amiibos? Splatoon, because I never had the Splatoon amiibos, so I just wanted to scan those ones in. I think you get like items for that one, or like the guns to use type of thing. But it is it's fun. This Flipper Zero is mainly what I've been playing with, but I guess a little Switch on the side, putting amiibos in. So, but that's generally. Switch on the side. Yeah, that's generally what I have been playing, aside from like Pokemon Go. There was an event this weekend, so got some shiny Alolan Geodude was the event.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's the one I have like 5 of. I told you that story, right? How I was grinding for a hidden ability, and I got 3 shinies before they hit it. That was annoying. Oh man.
I didn't really care about that Pokemon though, because I think had a. When did I have I know I have one in my Pokemon home, but I can't remember where I got it from. It must have been Sun and Moon, I guess, because
Yeah, it could have been. I might have even given you one at one point.
that actually might be
so
true.
many.
That
I
actually
know I
might
don't
be
have
where I
all
got
of
it.
my originals. I didn't know if I gave one to Steve or one to you, but I feel like one of them went somewhere. So
Yeah.
yeah. I gotta start paying attention to the Pokemon Go events because there's gonna be something I'm gonna want. When you said shiny Alolan, I was like, oh no,
Heart dropped.
I love all of the Alolan forms. What could it be?
That's funny. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. So I guess you're up. What you got? I know
Right,
what you got, but I want you to tell me what you got.
I'm going to start with, because you kind of segued here, I'm going to start with another game that I played a little bit of, but I played enough of to talk about it. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I booted that back up. It's been about 5 months since I got that game. It has been about 113 hours since I started that game, and I finally finished that game, quote unquote. Have you finished Legends Arceus, Eugene? Like, have you rolled credits or whatever? I don't remember.
I've done everything except for collect all the Pokemon. That's the last thing I need to do.
So we can talk about this. If for some reason you're really hell-bent on not knowing what happens at the end of Legends Arceus, skip ahead like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or whatever, so you don't hear this. But basically, 3, 2, 1, spoilers incoming. Basically, there's like 3 endings to this game. You know, there's
which is rad to me.
Yeah. You beat the main story, you fought the final battle and did your thing. Then there's the whole get all the legendaries and fight the true villain who unleashed Giratina onto the world. And then there's the final battle with Arceus where you get Arceus at the end of it. I did that. I had 3 Pokemon was all I was missing when I decided to boot up the game the other day. And I was like, you know what? I can get a Cherubi, which took me forever, hitting a bunch of trees over and over to get a Cherubi. I can use an agile style Scythe Shield bash on Deer, whatever his name is, to make him Weird Deer, Stantler, to make him a Weird Deer. I can pull that off. Oh, I can find third Pokemon that I don't remember what I was missing and have him be a Pokemon. No problem. So I did that. I went up to the mountain. I battled Arceus in what was ridiculously difficult boss battle that I used the cheat on.
That one was
man.
I had to use the exploit too. Like no doubt.
Oh. Dude, yeah, it was freaking.
Did you use the thing too where what is it called? Where the menu and then it's like, okay, do you want to start where
Would you like to continue? Yeah, I did that like 4 times.
Do you know about the Sorry, I'm so into this because that freaking boss battle was something else. I can't remember what I did because it was like 2 weeks ago or 3 months ago even. I don't even remember. But there's
2 weeks,
a thing.
3 months, one of them, you know.
There's a thing where you can like get him stuck or something like that. Is that what you mean by you did the cheat?
No, I mean every time I died, I was like, "Please remember my progress, so I can continue."
There's like I had to look it up, dude, because I was even with that, I was like, this is taking forever. What am I missing here?
So based on the fact that you don't say that you've done Arceus, I'm assuming what you're talking about is the Palkia Giratina fight, which is there's an Arceus one. Too,
is that after you collect all the Pokemon?
Yeah, and it's harder than the other one. It's really hard.
Oh God,
really hard. But
yeah, no.
I have an Arceus now. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've never had an Arceus before. I never played. Gen 3 was when I stopped getting the extra like crystal and yellow and stuff. So I never had a Rayquaza as a kid. I never had an Arceus as a kid. And it's kind of cool because like he kind of talks to you throughout the game and he's like, I'm giving you a piece of myself so I may see the world through your eyes and I can see how you see me, you know. And it's like oh, this is kind of cool. Like this isn't his true form, it's just the form we can perceive because he's essentially God, you know. That like it was fun. And now I have all the Pokemon in the Pokedex. I don't have the Pokedex done because there's all that ranking stuff up. I would like to do that at some point.
Do you get something for doing that?
10. I think you get the shiny charm, which makes it easier to catch shiny Pokemon.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know that I need it because I also got 2 shiny Pokemon this week. I found a shiny Remoraid. Both of them were in those. So what I like to do for shiny hunting is I like to pop in and out of the map over and over again and only do the clusters of Pokemon, you know, those circles of
Right.
like, there's
Yeah,
there's
right.
an event right now, because it's a great way to shiny hunt. So I just,
Mhm.
when I'm bored, I'll go in and I'll just pop in and out of maps until I find something I want. I go for it. And if I get it, I get it. I got a Remoraid, which I didn't have. I had an Octillery, but I did not have a Remoraid, so that was cool. And I got, what was the other one I got? Shoot. Okay. Oh, Avalugg, the little iceberg like termite Pokemon. So I got his baby form.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Birdwood.
You posted a screenshot of that,
Yeah, yeah. Every time I got one, I was like, yoink!
and that was all like the
Screenshot
same
over
night.
again.
That was ridiculous.
It was in like an hour, dude. Yeah, no, it is so easy to shiny hunt in this game. The Ghost of Steve is channeling us right now, by the way, and he's saying you also get Pokedex completion credit in Pokemon Home, which is something that he is going to care very much about. So, good luck, Ghost of Steve. I know you want it. Make it happen, buddy. I believe in you. But yeah, no, it's this game is a great tool for shiny hunting. I hope that because it's in the same engine, I believe it's in the same engine, that Scarlet and Violet are going to be very similar, where it's like, hey, get a bunch of shiny Pokemon for doing absolutely nothing, because like it's satisfying, dude. Like I really like shiny hunting in this game.
I'm looking now, you're right. I never fought Arceus. I fought this dude, and the Arceus fight looks hard. That looks way hard. I thought this one was hard.
Real hard. Yeah, Palkia and Dialga was really hard too. But
do you have to fight
Arceus
both of them? Because I've only fought one.
You fight one.
Oh, okay.
When you're done, you can go to the two people that you choose to team up with one of them, the girl and the guy.
Yeah.
You go to the one that you didn't team up with, and they're like, I want to give you a gift, and it's the other Pokemon. Battle me in a battle, and you can earn him, kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing. So you can get all of them basically, which is cool. I like that. This is like the first Pokemon game ever where you don't need to trade with people from like another version to have Pokemon, you know. But
which is cool because there is no other version, honestly, and I kind of dig that. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. You kind of get to choose in game whether you want to do the Dialga path or the Palkia path, which is fun, you know, and very similar. It's basically just who do you team up with at the end and which Pokemon do you get first. But like, I like it. It's a nice touch, you know. It does kind of feel like playing two versions, but without all the grind that you get. I will say I'm very hyped for Pokemon Scarlet though. So,
you're making me want to go back and finish this now because I think I'm not that far away from completing the Pokedex and being able to do that other fight. But now I don't want to do that other fight because that's the
have fun
one
cheesing it because
that's the one my one gripe with this game, like because all of the like boss battles or whatever are essentially the same, and actually, and I just don't feel that they're that fun. Honestly, I just don't.
Yeah, they're not that much fun. They're and the fact that you can cheese them is weird, you know, because it didn't feel satisfying beating Arceus. It was just like, oh man, I managed to survive long enough to hit a checkpoint, and you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
And it's just it's throwing things at a thing, you know. It's not a Pokemon battle or anything like that. The battling was definitely one of the more like lackluster elements of this game, and I live for battling Pokemon. Like, that's where I get to like 600 hours in most Pokemon games, but the collecting and the exploring was better than any other game I've ever played, Pokemon wise at least. You know? So like, it definitely, there's a reason that I put 115 hours into a game that basically has no Pokemon battles, and it was a cool game. You know, it was really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Scarlet. I really hope it's just more of the same, but with towns and battles and, you know, all that good stuff.
I cannot believe you have put so many hours into that game. I hate to even imagine how many hours you're gonna put into this next game you're about to talk about because
if it has online battling, like you're talking the next game.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that because it's getting late, man, and I got some stories to tell. So I have been playing online games. I've still been playing RuneScape, slowly, very casually grinding out. Every now and then I'll pop in, I'll be like, let's grab a couple of quick experience points, you know, trying to get up to that magic level 100 I used to talk about. We're going to get there. I'm going to hit it hard at some point. We're going to get there. Padre's encouraging me because he's grinding for the max. He's grinding for level 126, and he's getting close. Like every day, it's like I hit another level. So like, he's an encouragement for me in that game. I've been playing Warframe a little bit, although I'm kind of falling off of that because the people I'm playing with haven't really been that interested in playing anymore, so that's kind of how that game goes. One of those friends, though, has been really into Path of Exile, which is another game that I play every now and then, so I'm kind of back on that. We're going to get together tomorrow night and play that together. But I've been in like an MMO mood. Like I've been wanting to play these games, and one night I was really bored and nothing was feeling good, and I didn't really want to play one of the like multiplayer games without the other people. And I was like, you know what I haven't done in a long time is just jumped into a game by myself, knowing almost nothing about it, and just give it a try. So I tried Final Fantasy 14, which is an MMO, like it's an online multiplayer game. I made my character. I tried to make him as like traditionally Final Fantasy main character as I could. So like I wanted to go like kind of retro with it, like there's Cloud and there's Squall. So I named my guy Dusk because I wanted to be like one of the boys, some people name themselves
That's
like
so
Esmeralda Miratina. And so I was like, I'm gonna be Dusk. I'm gonna be a random word that sounds cool that teenagers would like, So I did that. I went straight human like down the board. Like there's all these different races, and some of them are super cringy but amazing. There's the human ones, which are just basic people. There's dragon people with like little horns and scales and stuff. There's this super adorable race that apparently some people love and some people cannot stand, called the Lalafell, which are these tiny little dwarf people, little chubby dwarf people that everybody's running around the town like giving head pats to and thumbs upping and stuff. There's rabbit people, there's cat people, there's giant ogre people with like blue and green skin, and it's basically just cosmetic. You can be whatever you want. You can change classes at any time. You can change shops. I wanted to be just a traditional, like I wanted to play a Final Fantasy game, but I wanted to be my own character. So I just went straight up, human male and went into the game. I looked up beforehand what the 3 towns you start in are based on what your class is, and I chose a class I would never normally choose, which is like the two-handed axe, the Marauder, because I wanted to start in the ocean town and just kind of experience all that. So I've done that, and I'm getting very close to the point where I can travel to the other 2 starting towns and switch classes, which I'm excited for because I really want to use like a sword or something. Sure. But it's just a really fun, very casual at the moment, just MMO. From what I've heard, like your first 50, and for me probably like 100 hours is supposed to be just like basically a Final Fantasy game, right? Like I'm going through the game and it's like, oh, the crystals, you have to get all 6 of the crystals to banish the darkness that came 5 years ago, and you don't know this yet because how could you? But guess what? The plot twist is going to be you were one of the heroes that fought the evil before. That whole like Final Fantasy old school like storyline stuff. So I'm just running around enjoying the plot, enjoying the game. Every now and then you just stop though and you hang out in town and you watch people like interact with each other. And
I can verify all of this because for those of you that are listening, because Lucas can't hear, there's Final Fantasy 14 music going on, and in this thing that I'm it's streaming, so nice. It's just somebody playing the game, and it's very relaxing. Right now they're riding on this mount, flying in the air. It looks really cool.
And speaking of music, there are musical instruments in this game, and people can play their own music. So that first night, I'm walking around, and there's this rabbit girl on a pillar, and everybody's crowded around her, and they've got like glow sticks, and they're cheering her on. And all of a sudden, I hear the final battle music from Pokemon Red and Blue. And she's just strumming along on this harp. That's really cool. I'm like, oh my god! The other night I was walking by in like the marketplace, really cool. And somebody was playing like the Luigi's Mansion theme. Like
that's really cool.
It's so social, and you see like friends hanging out and like blowing kisses and head patting and high fiving. And this one moment, I was walking out of this like mission. And I stopped and I started, like, I actually was staring at this, like, little Lalafell character who had, like, this, like, jet black hair and, like, piercing white tattoos and stuff. And I was like, that is a really cool-looking character. I'm just staring at them. All of a sudden, they turn to me and they start, like, motioning and waving to me. So I give them a little thumbs up and then, like, run away.
You're like, bye, see you later. No, it really does look cool. Like, I've never had a hankering to play an MMO, but this one looks like it's, like, really cool, dude. Like,
well, the
really
thing that
cool.
I like about it is it's inherently more social than, like, any other MMO I've played. Like, I never played World of Warcraft, so I don't know how that game was in its prime back when it was like a really good game back in the day, supposedly. But RuneScape is kind of social when you play in a free-to-play world. Once you become a member, it's gated, right? So there's a members content and there's free-to-play content. And if you're a member, you can choose to go to a free world, but you're very limited in what you can do because all the member stuff is kind of locked out. So members tend to stay in members worlds. Members who play that game are very grindy, are very, like you're here to grind out levels, and that's the game. And that's satisfying to a degree. Like I remember Phantom loved grinding in his game, and I do too, actually. The grind in RuneScape is kind of the whole reason to play it. This game is really more about just kind of hanging out in this virtual world. And, you can run around and be a Final Fantasy hero, or you can spend your time fishing and crafting. Apparently, crafting is amazing in the higher levels. You can sell stuff for just oodles of money and just rake it in. But no, it's unlike kind of anything that I've ever played before. I know it's probably just kind of a traditional MMO, but I'm having a really good time. Like I'm enjoying it. It's a nice. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, good. I get to turn the whole world off for a couple of hours and just play Final Fantasy. Like, I'm having fun. So I'm looking forward to having many more stories to tell. Yeah, I'm hype. Now I'm really grinding through the main campaign because I really want to get to the airship so I can go to the desert city, so I can get a sword, so I can start being even more of a cliche. But
the raid type battle-y things that I'm looking at on this video look really fun. They look really cool. You have to actually work as a team type of thing.
Yeah, so I guess that'll be like the last thing I talk about, because there's skills that are like, like I was talking about crafting and stuff. Then there's combat, and within combat there's like 4 main types of player. So when you join a team, I think it's like preset that you join a team as a tank, which is what I currently am as a marauder, but I've never played with other people in like a dungeon because that's a little outside my scope right now. I feel like there's a tank, there's a healer, which is like a white mage or something, and then there's 2 DPS, which can be like your basic swordsman, your ninja, your thief, your I think black mage is a DPS, that kind of stuff. And yeah, so it's basically like what class are you, and what kind of skill set do you want to lend to the team. But yeah, from what I've seen, it's supposed to be very cooperative. Like it's just kind of almost I don't want to say, yes, kind of like Xenoblade actually, or the Xeno games, where it's like real time, you're just kind of standing there dealing damage, and then you can choose to use certain abilities to either heal or defend. Or
I like that active time thing, that because it looks like there's like a gauge or whatever. It's basically like before you can choose your next attack, and I actually kind of like that. It's a little bit more interactive to me than like a menu driven Final Fantasy combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. And the skills are on different timers, so like a lot of the basic skills I got are all on the same timer. But then I have like a couple of skills where it's like, oh, you can stun an enemy, and that one's on a different timer. So it's like, okay, I start with a kick, and then I use a swing, and then I pop a potion, and then I'm ready to do another kick, and then I can taunt, so they come to me instead of going to the other guy, that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's cool. I'm looking forward to trying out all the classes. And that's the other thing. You can change classes pretty much like on a dime once you unlock them. So I'm looking forward to really just I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing this game for a good long time. I think this is going to be my Elden Ring, for lack of a better comparison. So
well, that's the thing, because it's since it's an MMO, it'll just keep going too. If you keep paying for the season pass, they'll keep giving you content, which is awesome. Oh yeah. The people I listen to a couple of podcasts, and the people that I know on them that are playing this game are just like hooked. So I can see it. It can be like a forever game type of thing.
Yeah, I've always played these games very alone. Like I usually don't join clans and stuff. I'm curious to see if that will stick in this game, or if I will eventually like be forced to socialize as I get into like the end game stuff, which I'm sure to a degree I'll have to start like joining teams and stuff just to get through dungeons. But it's a cool game, even for somebody I feel like I'm much more social in person than I am in like online games. Like I've always had kind of like a weird shyness in online games, but even for me, I find myself like interacting with people to a degree in this game, because it's just such a social game. So yeah, I know, I'm enjoying it. The other thing that I do that's really stupid, and I promise this will be the last thing, I'm using a gamepad, like a USB controller plugged into my computer.
Okay.
I genuinely enjoy walking from place to place instead of running. So like when I'm out on a mission in the field, like I'm riding a chocobo or whatever, but when I'm in town, instead of getting from point A to point B in like a half a minute, I take like 5 minutes, because I'm like holding the thumbstick up and walking. And every time, like, so I have I have names turned off. I turned off a lot of the UI and stuff. So at one point I was like, how do I know what my next main quest is? And then I remembered, oh right, I had the thing turned off, so I can't see what my next quest is. But I also have all the names overhead turned off, because I found that really kind of like immersion breaking. So I have it set now where it only shows people's names and levels when I select them and my character turns his head to look at them, so people know that I'm like eyeballing
Interesting
them.
that they give
So
you
I'll be,
that
like,
much
walking.
like.
They
They
there's
give you
so
that
much
much control of
customization.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can drag like every element of the UI like wherever you want it, which is really satisfying. But so like I'll be walking around town, I'll just turn and I'll look at somebody and be like, this person's almost at my level. That's cool. Then I'll see like 80 level 90s, which is
You're
like
really
the max
gonna get
level.
me
I'll be
to
like, oh
play
yeah,
a freaking
this
MMO,
is a
aren't you?
6-year-old game.
It's ridiculous.
Like I said, if you ever do, let me know because I want to find you and I want to play with you.
I wonder. I know there. I think, anyways, that there's an Xbox One version. I wonder if I could, if there's like crossplay that way. I bet you there is, right? Because it's
I assume that
server-based.
it's all crossplay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's all crossplay. I know that there's PlayStation versions. I think there's an Xbox version. I all I know is it's on PC, and that's the other thing with this computer. I was telling Steve, I was on a Zoom call with you guys before the show. I have the game running at like max graphics, and it didn't break a sweat, dude. 60 FPS. Oh,
That's
I
great.
love this computer.
That new
It's so
computer is
good.
probably like opening up a whole new like just like, oh, I can play a
is.
whole bunch of other crap now. Yeah.
Well, and what I'm realizing is that, like, I used to think that it was just that I had a bad computer, or not even a bad computer. I had like a mid-range gaming laptop before, but it started to go. I dropped it, and that was like the death knell, and everything got real
Sure.
bad. But now what I'm realizing with these games is sometimes games are just built bad. Because sometimes
Sure.
even having this computer, like old games, like that One Punch Man fighting game, still a chuggy mess. Like it still does not run well. Some games are just not optimized to play well on a PC, and I'm starting to realize that. I can play a nice shiny new game that just like Final Fantasy 7. I can play that, practically runs without a hitch. Then I play like an 8-year-old Bandai Namco fighting game and it's garbage. So
Yeah.
Go figure.
It's Wild West out there when you're downloading Steam's games. I tell you what.
Apparently. All right. Well, this is good. I've been wanting to talk about this game for like 3 days now, so I'm glad I finally
I've been wanting
got a
to
chance
hear
to.
about it for about 3 days now.
I'm talking a lot more about it in the coming weeks, so get ready to hear nothing new from any of us. Thank you
For
all
real.
so much for watching. Have a good night. We will be back next week. Hopefully we'll have some actual news for you, but if not, we'll just play another game and we'll have fun. Thank you for, if you've been watching this on YouTube, for staring at Justin's creepy looping video that he's had going for like 45 minutes after he ducked out a little early. So hi Justin, how you doing, buddy? You doing good? Yeah, you doing good. All right, we will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Adios.
And remember, the Force will be with you always.
Goodbye, everyone.